You're listening to the Telltale Channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. So the next article I wanted to take a look at is on the Friendly Atheist website. It's by Beth Stoneburner. The title is TV host Nick Cannon fired over anti-Semitic comments on his podcast. So let's give the article a read and see what it says. Entertainer Nick Cannon, a former host of America's Got Talent and current host of The Masked Singer, was terminated from Viacom CBS after making anti-Semitic comments on his podcast, Cannon's Class. During that episode, alongside former Public Enemy rapper Professor Griff, Cannon claimed black people are the true Hebrews and gave a voice to anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. So I've talked about this in the past, actually. There's a group called Black Israelites. Cannon hasn't actually said that this is, that he's a part of the group as far as I know. But these beliefs come straight from the Black Israelites. They'll stand on a street corner and scream at people, get in their face and yell at them about being Gentiles and all kinds of really, really weird stuff. You should go look at my video on my main channel about the Black Israelites. It's really old, and I intend to do an updated version of it because it's been a while since I've looked at that information. But it's a fascinating group to look into. I'll hopefully get to do another video, an updated one on them soon. Let's continue reading this. Such comments aren't new, unfortunately, but the conspiracies are completely unsubstantiated. In addition to the true Hebrews comment, quote-unquote, Cannon didn't raise any objections when his guest made a comment about Jews controlling the media. Here's a quote from Nick Cannon. Predictably, Cannon released a not-apology to the press. This is how Nick Cannon responded after the controversy. Anyone who knows me knows that I have no hate in my heart nor malice intentions. I do not condone hate speech nor the spread of hateful rhetoric. We are living in a time when it's more important than ever to promote unity and understanding. This makes me think that, the group that this guy is a part of right now, the Black Israelites, it is an inherently hateful group, disturbing group. The fact that he's saying anyone who knows me knows I have no hate in my heart nor malice intentions, it makes me wonder if he is just being indoctrinated and has no idea what this group is all about. If he's just going with it because he's friends with people who are part of it or whatever, and he's just believing what they're saying. These are the words of a sucker to me, not a vicious, angry, hateful person. It's just somebody who's gobbling up nonsense. That's what it seems like to me. Let's continue reading. And yet, the things he said on the podcast, or agreed with anyway, were hateful and divisive. By the way, before we continue, actually, I just wanted to mention the Black Israelites are generally considered to be Scientology for the black community. That's pretty much what it is. It's a very extreme group with very extreme ideas and beliefs, and is inherently hateful and discriminatory as an ideology. It's an extremely harmful and dangerous group. Let's continue reading. And yet, the things he said on the podcast, or agreed with anyway, were hateful and divisive. Someone who doesn't condone hate speech should at least recognize it when it's spoken right in front of him. Someone with his platform should be front and center in calling out bad behavior. Instead, his statement didn't denounce any specific comments that were made, nor did he announce any efforts to learn about Jewish history or culture. Before any complaints about cancel culture, keep in mind that Fox, which airs The Masked Singer, said they would continue working with him. He is clear and remorseful that his words were wrong and lacked both understanding and context, and inadvertently promoted hate, Fox said in the statement. Nick has sincerely apologized and quickly taken steps to educate himself and make amends, the statement continued. On that basis, and given a belief that this moment calls for dialogue, we will move forward with Nick and help him advance this important conversation broadly. This is back to Beth Stoneburner. What steps he's taking, how he'll show his newfound understanding, and how he'll advance the conversation are anybody's guess. Okay, so I guess Fox said he is clear and remorseful that his words were wrong and lacked both understanding and context and inadvertently promoted hate. And they said Nick has sincerely apologized and quickly taken steps to educate himself and make amends. If that's true, Nick Cannon is still a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like Nick Cannon. I've never liked Nick Cannon. And the reason I don't like him is partially it goes back to how much Eminem hates Nick Cannon. And this is a little known fact about me. I'm actually a really big Eminem fan. I don't like rap. I'm a big rock fan, metal fan, actually. I love Pantera. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. Love Metallica, love Tool. Absolute favorite band of all time, Tool. But Eminem, it's just got a place in my heart, honestly. Eminem formed my view of how a father should act and feel about his kid. Eminem has always hated Nick Cannon, and I'm right there with him. So whether he has done this stuff or not, I'm still going to hate him. But if he does take those steps to educate himself on the situation, understand why what he said was hateful and wrong and dangerous, I would be okay with companies keeping him on. I'd be okay with that. But I just so happen to know, as the resident cult communicator, if you will, that's not usually how it works. Typically, people will claim that they are working to understand and educate themselves better, and they'll say that they were sorry for what they said or did or whatever. In reality, they're behind the scenes diving even deeper into it in many cases. Who fucking knows? Who knows? It's Nick Cannon. I'm not the dude's best friend. I'm not sitting there in his living room with him talking to him about this every day. Maybe he really did recognize how dangerous this path is for him. And how dangerous the Black Israelites group is. Maybe he does recognize that. I don't know. But I would be willing to bet he's not going to say shit like that anymore either way. At any rate, I'm okay with him being involved in media and everything as long as he doesn't bring that shit up again. Like Tom Cruise, I'm okay with him being in media and stuff, you know, being in movies and all that. And I'll go watch the movies that he's in as long as he's not trying to cram Scientology down people's throats. Unfortunately, that's kind of who he is. So I'm very unlikely to see a Tom Cruise movie for that reason. But hopefully Nick Cannon will at least steer clear of talking about that shit publicly and not cite extremists when he's in podcasts and stuff like that.